Well, good greetings and beautiful and abundant benevolent blessings to all of you wonderful souls out there. Kiara Ducasse here, All Things Health and Wealth Show, and today we are super excited, blessed, and abundant with all the magic that we could possibly imagine. Today we have an abundance of beautiful energy happening, and crypto spaces have come down a little bit, but I'm going to go through one or two things here, and let's just have a look. Right now, I got my tonic in front of me. It's in a strange glass because I broke my glass yesterday and the day before. Anyways, and you see there's still powder left at the bottom. I don't like this glass, but it's all I could get into. But delicious. Just have a look at it right here. Looks a bit strange, but that's all our powders mixed together. So deliciousness and nutritiousness for sure. So anyways, guys, I'm going to get straight to it. Get to the video, get to the content, and let's get to it. Bitcoin, here we come. So this is Bitcoin on the daily time frame. As you can see, we were rejected from my blue line here, which is the neckline of this W pattern, or the head and shoulders, or whatever you'd like to call it. But it has broken out. Unfortunately, it's fallen below my green line, my green diagonal line coming down here. It's fallen below it, but it's still sitting within the purple box range. So if we can find some support on the ribbons and on the bottom of the purple box, which is the 41k level, as you can see here, boom. Okay, if we can remain constantly above that level, we're going to see some really good action start to kind of turn back up here and test the blue neckline. And as we've already done on previous videos, let's just have a look here. This is the breakout level. So from the neckline, we break out and we still have the potential to reach the 56k level, the 55k level mark here, up at that purple box. If we can reach that 55k level, then obviously we're looking way more bullish on the daily time frame. So just have a look at how this is planning out. We've already made a low here, found some support above the purple box. We have made a new higher low. The descending wedge has found some support over here and bounced off of it and hit the neckline. So we're waiting to break this important level of resistance right here. So that level of resistance at that level is 44,300. So if we can break 44,300, guys, we're definitely going to see some really magical movements upwards. So let's have a look at this on the weekly, because we're finishing the Friday today, but of course we all know Bitcoin and crypto trade over the weekend. Let's have a look at that on the weekly. Honestly, that on the weekly is really super healthy, I must say. Like, that is really looking healthy. There's a reversal bar here. There's a low. They didn't wick further down on this current week's bar. And we're still sitting pretty good. So if we can remain on the weekly above the 41,000 level, I'm going to be very happy, because I think the next couple of weeks we're definitely going to see a breakout higher. It looks like it. The market is speaking about it. The moves are happening. So yeah, let's go see why. However, part of the reason why Bitcoin is falling on the 4-hour time frame, because basically it literally rounded off here. We got rejected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 bars. We were rejected by 16 bars on this time frame, and of course, you know, we fell down back here, but we've fallen down on the 4-hour to the ribbon, which is okay, and we closed that 4-hour bar above the 20, above the red ribbon on the moving average ribbon, and we're creating a higher low here. So far it's looking good. Volume is kind of average here, so far I'm okay. You know, it's okay that we had a bit of a pullback. It's a good point to buy some more, accumulate some more, right? So, because we're cheaper than we were up here, and that doesn't matter. That's still how much gain on your money. I mean, if you're trading this, then that's great, but that's already 8% on your money, nearly 9% on your money. So why wouldn't you want to buy more in and make 9% more on your money, right? So that's the real truth about crypto, is that when you buy the dips, you buy the lows, you actually have huge potential gains for upside. You can make 9% with any banking system. So yeah, that's just what it is. I want to go and have a look at the S&P and the dollar. So let's go and have a look at that quickly. Okay, so this is the S&P on the day time frame. You can see we're testing the base of the ribbon, the bottom of the ribbon. So if we can pull back up and pull back through the ribbon and knock on this door again and potentially break that resistance here at the 4,500 level, we should see some clear ways back up in a bullish momentum. This would have created a double bottom with a typical pattern where the first bottom breaks down and the second bottom breaks below and then pushes back up. So that's pretty cool. So let's see what that does on the daily time frame. I just want to have a quick squiz at it on the weekly time frame, because of course the weekly time frames make a huge difference because they are the higher time frames. And I'd have to say to you, we've got 1 bar, we've got 2 bar, saying that we very similar to that, where we have pull back right back into the ribbon immediately, and yeah, we've got a little reversal candle back happening now on the week. So if that's the instance and we close like this, we're probably going to see this really come back up and test the all-time highs again. So that's pretty cool. But let's go and have a squiz at the dollar index now, because the dollar index is the reason why Bitcoin has been falling a little bit lately. But there's a lot of news again that we won't get into, but I have a couple pictures I just want to show you. Let's go have a look at the dollar chart quickly. Okay, so on the dollar time frame, okay, this is the day time frame. Now, I said to you guys, if we can break this white line and close above in volume, okay, we will see the dollar move back up. Not only did it do that, but it closed above my upward trend line, and it's still above the ribbons on the daily time frame, and it closed above the previous neckline here. So it faked out here, pulled back down, hit a reverse, created a new higher low, and now it's creating a new higher high. So this is definitely on an upward trend, everybody that is watching this. So you need to know that. And yesterday, even though we didn't close volume above the spikes, the dollar right now is quite volatile, but we spiked up, we created a new high. So we're going to continue to create new highs here on the dollar time frame. This entire purple box is a resistance level, so we need to just be cognizant of that. But as I said, we're closing above here. If we can close this weekly candle above here on the dollar time frame, on the weekly time frame, we are certainly going up with the dollar, and we're probably going to come test the top of the purple box towards the descending channel line. So let's get a zoom out here so that you guys can actually see the pattern I drew, because I drew 2 patterns. So I drew a short time frame pattern, which was from basically December 2016, where it reached this peak, and then March 2020, where it reached this peak, and then it fell, and then now we look like we're coming to test this kind of descending, the top of the descending channel line here. So I got an issue because this is a large W pattern forming here, okay, on the weekly time frame. So if we get a large W pattern, you can see I already drew in those lines. You can go watch some of my previous videos. I said that if we break out on the weekly time frame, we're going to see the dollar come out here. If it breaks up here, we've got a huge issue, because then it starts to have almost like a waterfall effect. Let's go look at it on the monthly, because the month is where I drew this other descending channel line. So we've got multiple descending channel lines within multiple descending channel lines. So we've got a large W pattern here, okay, forming. And if we break out of this neckline here on the W pattern, we definitely will shoot up. But not only that, if that breaks and gets to that point, that means we've broken this descending channel line here. And that means that there's going to be a huge potential for upside on the dollar. And I mean, I don't want to be ridiculous, but the dollar could push up to 160, which would mean that it could potentially push everything, all the other assets valuated in dollars, right down. So just be sharp, be vigilant, keep a close eye, and just know where to put your money at the right times. And of course, make sure that you are rocking and rolling in this space. But W pattern forming on the lower time frame, and that breakout pattern takes us to here. So we've got to be very cautious on the dollar time frame. I mean, on the dollar chart right now, because the dollar chart is looking extremely bullish as well. But so is Bitcoin, so is gold, so is silver. So, you know, obviously with potential of rate hikes, let's go and have a look at some of the content on my phone that I wanted to share with you. But basically, one kind word can warm 3 winter months. So always be kind to your beautiful fellow crypto traders, please. Let's have a look here. So the Federal Reserve Chairman Powell sees rate hike this month as appropriate. Most observers believe a 0.25 percentage point increase is likely. So I believe the meeting's on the 12th or the 15th, I think, of March. 12th of March. And we should be looking at a potential of course, a rate hike. So we're expecting that, right? So we need to be prepared for that. And whatever that does to the markets, the dollar and Bitcoin and the stock markets, we need to be, of course, ready to take action in whichever direction those head. So let's get a good example of the dollar right now, because if you can look here to the left-hand side, basically you can see all the way from 95, right at the edge of the white box. Basically, they started raising rates and rate hikes, and only once the market, after a few years each, topped out was there an actual recession. So the same thing happened in 1960, 1970, I think 1980, and then you can see we've over here been progressively falling down since basically 1980. Okay, so where we're at now is, if we can look at this particular move here, they started raising interest rate hikes. So we had an interest rate increase, and then all of a sudden it topped out because the market couldn't take that such high interest rates with the environments that were and conditions that were happening at that time, and then it immediately fell. And guess what? It fell back further than where they started raising the rate hikes. So we are consecutively since 1980 coming lower and lower and lower. So I have to say to you, are we starting to look at a potential of an increase of rate hikes? And if they get to those rate hikes, those levels previously done here in 2015 and up to 2019, if they can't reach those, we're going to see a potential of negative rates in the US market. So that's going to cause huge havoc, huge havoc. So we need to just be cognizant of what's going on here. But the dollar's becoming worthless. We know that this is an extremely significant chart, so we need to be very cognizant of that. These are all of the rate hikes that have happened over the past, since June 2011. You can see that. It's been 0.25 basis points pretty much the whole time that they've raised it, bar one or two of them a little bit higher. But at the end of the day, stay safe, keep trading, and this is what happened to Bitcoin. Every time they raised rates and we increased, we went way higher. And then when the markets topped off and cooled off, of course, everything pulls back. Everything needs to pull back a little bit so that it can cool itself down a little bit, right? So at the end of the day, sorry guys, we need to constantly make sure that we are protecting ourselves, protecting our assets, and protecting our interests and our investments. So with that being said, please like, subscribe, and share my content. If you enjoyed it, please comment on the video below if you have anything to share or anything else about the dollar and the S&P and Bitcoin and any of the crypto space, and technically any other assets. I really love hearing all of your comments. So please like, subscribe, and share this wonderful page. I really do appreciate you. YouTube loves the algorithms when you like and subscribe. So please continue to do that for the interest of building this community, and so that I can continue to make lots and lots more content for you and our beautiful community together. I really appreciate your energy. Go out and have yourselves a powerful, happy, wonderful, and blessed day ahead. And thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves and stay blessed.